Uriel Yusufel Lucron Bay, December 11th, 6:30. This is Houston. This small thing that y'all see moving across the sky that look like a star, I'ma zoom back. This is supposedly the ISS space station. Our media, Channel 13 informed us that it'll be over Houston or Texas at 6:27, and it'll look like one of the brightest stars in the sky. And this is what I'm filming and giving to y'all right now, the so-called space station. This is Houston, Texas, y'all. It came from the northwest, and now, oh shoot, did I lose it? Here it is, right here. And this is blowed up all the way at times 4.0 on my cell phone. But this is the so-called International Space Station. But if that's the space station, then it is super low. And it's not outside our atmosphere, I can tell you that. It's just probably at the highest point of our atmosphere, because you know NASA, and they do their things and they tell us stories. And it'll look like the brightest star in the sky. But they told us, and exactly at 6:27, it started to move across the sky. Old school. This the space station right here, man. No, I'm saying they told us on the news the space station to be across Texas. That's it right there. The International Space Station. Yeah, so you know, the media, we can't believe everything that we hear or everything that they telling us. So whatever this object they hear is claiming that is the space station, well, it's right here, crossing the Houston skies. And the time now is 6:31 p.m. We got the Luna, which is sitting behind my buildings. This is me zooming all the way out at times 1.0. And you can still see it's visible in the distance. And then you got Venus over here, or Jupiter. Y'all, it's Venus, I believe, because it's still shining, but I think it's Jupiter. But you still have the space station off in the distance. This is 2019, and what a coincidence that this thing would be flying out during the full moon. The full moon is behind our building back here. But this is the International Space Station, folks. They saying it's flying across our sky. I told y'all, and the trees have lost it and it's gone. And we get back to this other celestial star that's in the sky, that's in the east. Well, I mean, excuse me, correct myself. The west, southwest at that. But this is Shinobu once again, Uriel Yusufel Lucron Bay, coming to you nighttime in Houston, Texas. And let me back up just a little tad just to give y'all one more shot. Sorry for the light, let me zoom up. But that's the Luna, that's the moon we got. But if I go in my apartment, I can go right out my back window and check that out. But it's still early in the night, and we'll be updating, checking up on sky phenomena and seeing what's going on throughout the nighttime. But if you know anything about your zodiacs and you keep up like me, but one thing I know, I've been feeling good, extra amount of energy and everything. And you know, all these celestial things and bodies have a projection on our life, inwards and outwards. So just not to elaborate too much, but just to give a small elaboration, the moon sits right between the two horns of Taurus right now, close to the constellation Orion, or which is otherwise known as Bethlehem. Key point, look it up. And everything is alignment. The Sirius star is out, aligned with Orion's belt. The solstice is set to begin December the 21st when the sun dies, or is at the lowest point of the nexus. Then on the 25th, the sun starts to move again, and then it's back on the highest point of the nexus, which is in the middle of the cross. And the three stars on the Orion belts, which are the three kings, and the Sirius star, the wise man, and all of them line up and point in the direction where the sun rises on his high points again. And plus, if you're down there in the Tropic of Capricorn, guess what? The sun is going to be out for 24 hours. But ancient people knew this back then, way before the Bible and all this came up. So was Jesus Christ rising back then? Or was it the celestial body that produces light, that's called the sun, was rising? So we're going to leave it at that, but this is your noble once again. Uriel Yusuf El Lucron Bay is dropping a little information, and we just witnessed the so-called space station across the skies of Texas. And with that, everybody, good night, peace, and if you celebrate the holidays, have a good one.